I need to make my life easier when it comes to my makeup. I've had this for so long. It's been a while since I actually used up a lipstick. That's why we're here. So I don't know how it's gonna work with the rest of the makeup that I have, but it doesn't really matter. We are going to make it work. Well, hello. Welcome to Pete's Life Flow, a channel where we talk about all things minimalistic, mindful spending habit, curating the perfect wardrobe, makeup, skincare, hair care collection suited for your needs and for your preferences. Today we are going to talk about Project Pan for 2026. I've been doing this project since 2023 regularly. I have been adding new items to my makeup collection, but I have been adamant in using up what I already own. The oldest makeup that I have is from 2019, 2020. So I am pretty well versed in decluttering stuff that I don't actually use. However, before decluttering, I really like trying to give like a continued chance to my makeup before actually saying goodbye and making space for something new. The thing that I have issues with is constantly buying stuff on sales, not researching enough when it comes to makeup. So I buy stuff that's cheap or that's recommended by some other people on the internet that I follow and appreciate, but that don't actually work for me. So my goal is actually, when it comes to makeup, to really use it up and find out what my preferences are. So in my last video, I did like a declutter of my current collection. My current collection is not anything huge. It's completely minimal, I would say, but I want to curate it to be perfect for my needs and to be able to actually love and enjoy putting something on my face. I think there are really nice items that you can buy for affordable price, but for myself, I want to invest a little bit more in the items that I'm using every day, because I find that shade range in drugstore and cheap makeup is not something that flatters me that much. So that's why I want to try something new and something maybe a little bit more high-end or higher quality, or at least a little bit more researched to be able to buy stuff that actually suits my skin tone. When it comes to Project Pan, I have some items here that I want to use up by the end of 2026. If I don't use them up, that's completely fine. I am long past perfect use. Good enough use is good enough. Some of those items I have been panning out for the past 3 years, which just goes to show how much time you actually need to use up a product. First off, I have this e.l.f. Halo Glow. It's not a foundation because I haven't actually been using foundation for the past 6 years, I think. I bought this because I was influenced by a makeup artist that I follow, and I bought the shade Fair. However, this doesn't seem fair on my skin. It's actually a little bit orange on my skin, and I don't appreciate that. I don't use it the way it's intended to. So this is intended like a base on your makeup before you put your foundation on, which honestly, if I don't use foundation, I have no idea why I bought this, if this is put under your foundation. It was just sitting there for the past year. I didn't really use it until I saw a video from a YouTube creator saying that you can mix this up with any sort of, blush to make it like a luminous blush, or you can put it in your skincare, especially during summer, in your body milks or whatever you use, and it can give you like this nice glow. But since it's a liquid product, I already had it for about a year, and by the end of 2026, it's going to be 2 years, is going to expire. I think it's already expired. It's so the use time is 6 months after opening. To be frank, I should have thrown this out a long time ago, but the scent of this product is still fine. It's not moldy. It's not separating in the container. It's still fine. It's still good to use. So I am going to give it another chance. And then by the end of 2026, I am going to simply say goodbye to it. Next up, I have this Jaya Face Toner, which I haven't been using as a skincare product that much. I have actually repurposed it to be like a glowing mist. One of the makeup palettes that I have has 3 powder highlighters, which I don't know who can use up 3 huge powder highlighters. Maybe a makeup artist who uses them every day on multiple clients. I've been using those highlighters to actually create my body mists like sparkly body mist, so that I don't have to buy that product separately on its own, because they tend to be quite expensive and you can always make your own. So I am going to try to use this up, since this product as a skincare product is also almost, it's expired in February 2026. So by the end of this month, I should have used it up, but it's still okay. So I am going to actually use it until the end of 2026 and then retire it if I don't use it up. Next up in my project pan for 2026 is this Shine Like a Sea Star palette of highlighters and bronzers. As you can see, they're pretty loved. I have penned out this shade, which is like a bronzer shade. I've been using it as eyeshadow as well. I think this shade is better suited for my eyes than for my face because it's way too warm and way too orange. The highlighters, as you can see, just using them as highlighters is not really doing anything. However, I have scraped them to create that face mist, so I think that they gave what they could to me. If I don't use them, obviously I won't feel bad because I've had this for about 6 years. I have been using it fairly frequently, so it's fine if I don't use it up by the end of 2026. I am going to retire the palette. I depotted a mono shadow from Essence and I depotted the blush from L'Oreal. This has been like an amazing little travel palette that I could use for my face and for my eyes. It's like a one and done thing. You don't have to worry about bringing makeup items with you. You have one thing, one all-in-one, and that's it. Another palette that I bought in 2020, it's this Essence Beautiful palette in the buff Greige on Taupe Up, True Me On My Own Fired Up, My Time, Coffee Talk, Midnight. So as you can see, I hit the pan on 4 of those shadows, which is amazing. I loved seeing my product well loved and used up. I wanted to have this palette until I use it up completely. This is not possible for me. I don't use black eyeshadow except for some, winged liner type of situation when I want to do that. I don't use this shade Fired Up because it's way too orange for me. I don't really use Taupe Up because even though it's called Taupe Up, it's golden and I don't find that flattering on my eyes. Coffee Talk is this nice brownish shade that sometimes I use, but it's just way too glittery and dark for me to be able to use every day. And this True Me, it's glittery and the shade is a little bit weird. It's like a olive green shade and sheen, which sometimes look good and I sometimes really like that kind of look, but it's like an acquired taste. I don't like this every day. In the buff is really nice shade for, setting your eyes and for giving like a smooth base to your eyes. Greige On, I found out that I really love this shade because it's glittery, but it's not too over the top. It's this perfect neutral shade that I really like on my eyes. At first, I haven't even touched it when I just got this eyeshadow palette. I was always going to these 2 matte shades. And then when I realized that this shade really suits me well, I started using it so much that it's really quite panned out. So by using this eyeshadow palette, I found out actually what I like. And it's always these kinds of taupey colors that are neutral, that are not way too warm, and that are not way too cool. Moving forward, when I buy something else in the future, I am going to focus on that. Good enough use is good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to use it up by the end. Time to say goodbye to it at the end of 2026, but I am going to make a half-year update. Just compare where I'm at now and where I'm gonna be in summer and where I'm gonna be at the end of the year with consistent use. I have this one primer that I want to use up. It's time to use it up because it's a cream product that is getting expired soon. It's also not something that I'm really impressed by. I feel like it sometimes makes my eyeshadow harder to blend. It doesn't really make my life easier when blending the shadow. I have hooded eyes, as you can see. This part that is drooping on my eyelid, so I need something to put on my face so that my eyeshadow would stay in place. And Of course, I'm getting older, so when I have something that doesn't ease up my blending, it goes on really patchy. So I don't want that. I need to make my life easier when it comes to my makeup. So this one is getting decluttered at the end of 2026. When it comes to lip products, I have 2 lip liners. These ones are also from Essence. They are in the shade Rosy Nude and Silky Hazelnut. The thing with these ones is that I want to use them up because I don't really like the shades. It's more of a peachy shade. As you can see, it's sort of too warm. This is like a reformulation that I repurchased because I really liked the original Rosy Nude that I had before. That one failed on me. I didn't manage to use it up until the end because this mechanism just stopped working and I couldn't get it out any longer. I was so mad, but it's cheap, so I went and bought another one and the formula was not it. It was different completely. And Silky Hazelnut, I bought this because I thought it was going to be a brown shade. You see, here's the Silky Hazelnut. When you compare the two, you don't see that much difference. This one's a little bit more neutral, I would say, and darker. It's similar to what Rosy Nude used to be. They kind of messed up with the shades. I'm not really enjoying using them, so that's why I want to remove them from my collection. But since I already have them, I'm not just going to throw them out because they still do their job, you know? So I want to give them another chance by the end of 2026. Out of lipsticks and lip glosses, I have 4 of them that I want to use up and retire. First one is also from Essence, of course. It's This Is Me Happy. Look at how tiny it is. Oh my god. Oh my god. So yeah, I'm fairly certain I'm gonna use this up by the end of 2026. I've had this for so long and I've made so many project pans. You know, I use this lipstick for a month, for every day. I try to use it frequently. I use it as a blush as well. You can see how much time you need to actually use up a product. Not only is it going to be retired by the end of 2026, it's going to be completely and fully used up. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's been a while since I actually used up a lipstick. I can't even remember which was the last one that I used up. Maybe also from Essence 7-8 years ago when I wore it to work every day. So the thing is, with me, I work from home, so I don't have really the opportunity to put lipsticks or to put any kind of makeup every day, which was, I think, part of the problem. That's why we're here. Now I have this Kiko Milano bullet lipstick, which is a little bit cooler shade. So I don't know how it's gonna work with the rest of the makeup that I have for Project Pan, but it doesn't really matter. We are going to make it work. It's this like a nice mauve shade. The thing with this one is that it fell a couple of times and it broke inside. So this bullet and lipstick inside just, you know, falls out. And I risk of losing it if I don't actually use it up. And it's really a nice shade and it's new. I mean, I bought it 1 year ago, but I need to focus on that one because it's broken. Then I have L'Oreal Color Riche Brick Vintage. This is like a red shade that I don't use that often, mostly when I go on some, you know, shows and in the evening. But this is one of the oldest makeup items that I have and I really want to use the most of it by the end of 2026 and then retire it. And finally, we have this gloss from NYX. It's their butter gloss in the shade Praline. I really want to make space for some other stuff that I have on my wish list, and I really want to use other glosses that I have. This one is getting retired at the end of 2026, but I'm fairly certain that I'm going to be able to use it up. Maybe I am going to track usage and write everything down in the sheet for my and your reference. I think this will be helpful to actually compare how much of product you use up with how many uses. I know I'm saying goodbye to these items, so I'm going to make sure to love them the most as much as I can. Give them like a last chance at life. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I appreciate you so much if you stayed until the end, and see you in the next one. Bye!